Hi, welcome to Route 66, our journey through the Bible in 1 year. We are well on our way. We're in Deuteronomy. It's day number 65. Go ahead and grab your Bible, and we're going to look in here at 3 chapters today in Deuteronomy. Moses is telling this new generation how they should behave in the Promised Land. And so in these 3 chapters, he's giving some warnings and some commands. Deuteronomy chapter 20 explains to the Israelites how they should behave in war. Now that sounds kind of odd, okay? But the way they did it back then, this was amazing. When they would come to a city, they were to offer peace first. And if the people refused peace, then war may be necessary. And they were to fight in such a way to minimize any harm and respect those who surrender. Sometimes we look at the Old Testament and how they were supposed to do, and it gets really, but if they offered peace and the people surrendered, they treated them very, very well. Deuteronomy chapter 21, Moses gives some rules for handling difficult situations in the community. These included things like an unsolved murder. Somebody was killed, but they don't know who did it. How are we going to take care of that? Now, this was before they had Judge Judy and all the law system that we have. And so there are some really interesting ways and good ways that they handled those things. Rules for a stubborn or rebellious child. Instructions for treating women that were taken captive in war, their husbands had been killed or whatever, and she wanted to become part of the family, how you treated her, how you treated people during war. And then Deuteronomy chapter 22 talks about some of the laws to maintain just daily order in daily life. It includes rules about returning lost property. If you found something, you found an animal, proper behavior, proper dress, other instructions that would promote honesty and respect within the community. They were not just isolated people. They were a community. The Jews were more a family even at this time. And so they were to honor and respect each other. So some lessons that you can pull out of this series, this reading that you're going to do today. Number one, maintain order even in tough times. Even in tough times. God's instructions for war and family challenges shows us that even when things are not easy, follow his guidelines and it keeps society safe and fair. Too many times, hot heads rule, but it's a lot better to decide how you're going to handle something and maintain order so that hot heads don't prevail. And number two is fairness and respect for others. A lot of these rules encourage the Israelites, the Jews, to treat each other with fairness and respect, whether it's during a war, a conflict within a family, or even everyday actions. It's essential to care for one another. And a third one is responsibility and accountability. I like how it said, we used to say this, finders, keepers, losers, weepers. If you find it, it's yours. Not so with them. If you found it, you try to find out who the owner was. Clear behavior and guidelines to remind us every person plays a role. I like the Red Green Show if you've ever seen this. We're in this together. And so let's trust each other. Let's be responsible. Let's be accountable, and let's do the right thing. Jesus reminds us this: treat others the way you would want to be treated. He really nails that principle really well. So enjoy your reading today. You're going to have